The following program is sponsored by LBO Academy.
This is the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Your hosts are Aaron and Mayumi Muller, owners of 8 companies that run without them, and founders of the LBO Academy. It's your turn to discover how you can own a business that runs without you. Now, here's Aaron and Mayumi.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're listening to Aaron Muller with the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. If you can't listen to this entire show today, you can always go to lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com, where you can download this episode or any other previous episode we've done. Today, we probably have the sunniest guy I know on the show. Our guest is Scott Swerland. He's a highly successful entrepreneur. He's a CEO of SST Group LLC, a chain of 82 tanning salons, including the chain of Seattle Suntan and Desert Suntan salons. Scott's business has been recognized as the top 15 salon chains in the U.S. by ETS Tan, the world's largest distributor and manufacturer of tanning equipment and products. Since its inception, Seattle Suntan has continually worked to be an innovative company with the tanning industry. In October of 2017, Scott relaunched their flagship store as the Seattle Sun Light Spa in Bellevue, expanding their offering to include the best non-invasive cosmetic improvement services like safe blue light therapy for teenagers, red light services like safe therapy to reduce wrinkles, LED body sculpting to reduce inches, wellness pods to reduce pain and help people relax. Also, we have my co-host, Mayumi Muller. She's not only my wife, but also my partner in all of our businesses. And if I didn't have her by my side, I'd never have the success I do. Mayumi, say
well, thank you. I always love hearing that because sometimes we're a little crazy before we come in here. I might be a little perturbed, and then I hear that. I'm like, oh, he's such a wonderful husband.
Well, I didn't think I made her mad today.
No, you didn't. Today,
No,
I'm in a good mood. I am so excited to have Scott on the show this afternoon. Man,
No, this guy
is the
he's amazing.
ultimate hustler, entrepreneur, and he looks great. You guys can't see him, but he looks great. He's got a lot of energy. He's got
a lot
energy.
of hair too, man. Like the
Yeah, I
dude
knew
has like
I-
a whole head of hair.
I
don't
know
how he
Aaron
has
will be
it.
jealous about that. So,
Scott,
Scott,
say
thank
hi to
you
everyone.
so much for being on the
Hey,
show.
thanks so much for having me today on this wonderful overcast day in Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle.
Yeah, it's always like that here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into it because everything Scott does, I love, and I'm curious, and I'm really excited because he did bring in some little goodies for us to try certain services at his facilities. So. I just
find out
want
where
to
he started.
Yeah,
I mean, like you're
how
such
did you
a,
start?
I mean, 82 salons, dude. I mean, you didn't just start with one salon and go from there. I mean, kind of give us a little bit of background,
Yeah.
just so everybody knows kind of how you even started in business.
Well, actually, I think it's interesting. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, and at a very young age, actually about 8 or 9 years old, I was talking to some buddies yesterday and talked about when I started working, and truly it was 8 or 9 years old. And in fact, when I was 10 or 11, I used to take bus 202 or 226 from Mercer Island to downtown Seattle and walk from First Avenue to Fifth Avenue, where I grew up in the family clothing business.
Oh.
And when I was, 12 or 13, I remember, I think minimum wage was $2.35. And I went to my
Yeah.
grandfather and I said, hey, I'm doing a great job. And, I'd love to get, maybe another nickel or another dime. And he said, hey, look, if you want to make more money, start your own deal. When you're working for me, you're minimum wage.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I
So-
love Grandpa.
So that kind of turned me into a serial entrepreneur. And I, had various businesses through high school, some of them very successful, auto and boat and plane detailing. I had 20 employees when I was a senior in high school.
Wow, dude. That's
Wow.
awesome.
And then went on to USC, where I got a degree in entrepreneurship.
Oh, wow.
And
That's great.
after school, backpacked through Southeast Asia, had a blast, came back,
Wow.
started a clothing company. I'm not sure if you guys remember that. It used to
what
be
was
called
it?
Savy, which was only open on the weekends.
No, I don't
And
Oh.
it was 17,000 square feet.
Wow.
What?
Mario's meets Nordstrom's meets Costco pricing.
Wow.
And that was very successful, and we turned that into an internet company in the late 90s, and then the internet bust came, and we had to divest out of that business.
Wow.
And I was then a C-level employee, CEO or COO for various other people. And what I realized is I'm a pretty good employer. I'm not such a good employee.
Oh, yeah. I learned that myself. You know, I went to work for
Yes.
somebody. I thought I'm going to be the best employee. And then I did it for like a month and a half, and I
you're
go,
like,
holy
nope.
crap, man, no way, man, I'm buying a business.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think I was on a trip to New York or Chicago, and I was sitting next to a guy that ran GE Capital Franchise Finance, and I said, hey, man, what's really cool on the East Coast that hasn't hit the West Coast?
yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Just let me know, because I'm all after it. And this was right as Krispy Kreme was taking off. Now, I didn't want to get into the donut business, but I was looking for something that was really cool
Right.
that wasn't in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I found tanning. And
Which we did have tanning
Yes.
in Seattle,
You
but
did.
it
you
was
did.
pathetic.
But it was not. It
But
was
we-
not what we built. We
Right.
built. In my first store, I remember it was Bellevue in the store that
Yeah.
I saw you guys in
Yeah.
Yep.
last, and that was opened up. I think 14 years ago. This October 10th
What?
or 11th. Yeah,
Wow.
14 years ago, 2004,
Whoa.
October
The one
10th.
on Main Street?
On Main Street, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's why we did that big, reface.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And we opened up that store, and most of the tanning salons in the United States did less than $200,000 a year.
Yep.
And I spent close to $750,000
million
on
on each one, didn't you?
that
Yeah, yeah.
store. And in its first year, it did almost it did $670,000 its first year. So right out of the
Wow.
gate, it was I was very well known
Yeah.
in the industry as this crazy guy that put all this investment into this.
Oh no! I
tanning
thought
salon.
I got to stop you there because I
Yep.
thought you were crazy because I'm a business broker and I was selling tanning salons every once in a while and I'm like, oh man, they're just junk. You know, they're the worst businesses you could ever get into. And then when you came in and you were getting fundraising and I'm like, oh hell no, heck no. I mean, this is not gonna be a good opportunity for somebody, you know. And you totally
Yep.
proved me wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing what you've done.
Well, in anything that I do, I like to create this, like kind of this
and like
wow.
experience.
This
It's
wow experience,
exactly
right? So then when you come in and you have an wow experience,
Yep.
you're going to go tell 20 people.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And now I tell people, last year we saw 3.2 million visitors
Holy.
throughout our chain. And I
Wow.
tell our, we talk with our staff and we say, hey, you have 3.2 million opportunities to make a mistake.
Yep.
I love it.
So let's do the best we can. And, that's kind of how Seattle Suntan started. And that was 2004. By 2008, we had 5 stores. By the end of 2012, we had almost 100.
Wow.
Now, that was the worst economic downturn that we've ever seen. I took it as an opportunity to really go after it. We did a lot of acquisitions. I think we've done 38 or 40 acquisitions. And now we've kind of stabilized to, I think we actually have about 87 stores.
Wow.
Wow.
I could be off. Everything changes from day to day.
Yeah,
And-
it's like hamburgers, man. He's just buying stores like hamburgers, so you don't
Yeah,
know what's going on.
exactly. You know what though? I have to say, Scott, I've been, and I'm brown, but I've been to your tanning salons, and it's great. I mean, I go for the therapeutic tanning. Is it the high beds? Where it's because we don't get a lot of sun here in the Pacific Northwest, and boy, does it feel good to go there. But his store, at least the one that we go to in Bellevue, it's beautiful. The staff is phenomenal. It's really like a spa experience.
Yeah,
Even
it's
from the
not-
beginning, you've always created a spa-like experience.
And they're consistent. I've been to the a lot because I'm way whiter than you. So
You are.
You
and
think?
I've
You
been.
think?
He's a punch card member over at Seattle Suntan.
Yes, but I go to the different locations, and actually, just so you know, I didn't tell you this, but I actually have an appointment at 4 p.m. today to get spray tanning. I do spray tanning now
good.
because I don't do the sun, but we're going on a little vacation. So, bottom line is, it is such a great experience at every location, and it's consistent. And that's something
consistent.
you have really done a great job at, and we talk about it all the
Absolutely.
time about
Well,
how do you do that? You
Yeah.
know?
How do
you do
I
that?
think, because of the fact that this is about, being a business owner and what does it take to be a business owner, and especially in the environment that we're in where it's so easy, back when I started, if someone wanted to do some negative, have a negative impact on my business, they had to call the Better Business
Yeah.
Bureau.
Yeah.
And now within moments,
You're like, go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, call the Better Business Bureau, and we'll deal with you. But now in moments, people can come after you and attack you for bad customer service,
Yep.
a dirty environment, and we strive. I've great teams that really focus in on the customer experience.
Right.
And I think as a business owner, regardless of what business you're in, really regardless, we as consumers have so many options to go left, go right, go straight, go backwards, go to our
Right.
friends, go to a random.
Yep.
You've got to be ahead of the
Yes.
customer experience and
I
take care of
agree.
your clients.
Yeah, we say it all the
We
time.
say it all the
like,
time in
customer
our
service
businesses.
is so huge. It's
Yep.
just it's everything. I mean, honestly, all
It
our
is.
companies that we have, our whole number one focus is
Is
the
customer
customer
service.
experience, customer service, because it is a lost art. I mean, wouldn't you agree with this?
It
with all the
is.
big like Home Depots and all this crap. These
'Cause
guys,
there's no customer
there's no
service
customer
over
service in that.
there.
So the
I'll
small
tell you
businesses
that.
like us, we can set ourselves aside from these people by actually giving something more and a great experience that people are actually starved for anymore. Right.
Right. Truly, when you think about the last time you went out for a nice meal, and you think about, well, it's kind of customary now to either get a guaranteed tip or a really strong suggestion of a 20% gratuity.
Right.
I think we have lost the art, and certainly with the younger generation
Yes.
of this instant gratification. I know we all have kids, right? And this instant gratification of, I'm a hero because I showed up to work,
Yes.
5 minutes late.
Yes. That is
And I
so
should get a
true.
raise,
Yeah.
and everything should be instant. And all
Wait,
this
do you know
stuff.
our kids?
I've been working for you for 3 months, and I feel like that's pretty loyal. So when am I going to get my raise?
Well, I started a school within our organization called Seattle Suntan University, and we did this whole program where we were reparenting America's youth for today's workforce and beyond. That actually was a book that I wanted to write, but then I realized that I have to actually write if I want to have a book to write.
Yes.
So I chose to do this school. Now, ultimately, we haven't done classes in about 2 years, but it was very interesting to see the staff engage in that whole kind of starting
whole
over,
experience.
peeling back the onion of what does it take.
Well, you know what? Gosh, see, Scott is awesome. Today we're talking with Scott Swerland, a highly successful entrepreneur who owns a chain of 82 tanning salons. We're discussing how someone can multiply their business model. Follow the Lifestyle Business Owner Show on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also listen to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com.
More of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show coming up on AM 1590. The Answer. You're listening to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show with Aaron and Mayumi Muller.
Welcome back to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Today we're talking with Scott Swerland, a highly successful entrepreneur who owns a chain of 82 tanning salons. We're discussing how someone can multiply their business model, and that is so important as an entrepreneur and business owner, is if you have a successful business model, to be able to duplicate it. Because I know, let's talk about McDonald's for a second. I can go to McDonald's in Bellevue and I can go to McDonald's in Japan, and it is the same thing. Now, granted, I like the McDonald's in Japan better because they add all this yummy tonkatsu sauce and cabbage and stuff. But you know that you're going to get the exact same experience. It doesn't matter what country or what location you go to. And that's what Scott provides for his customers, the customer experience for all of his 82 locations, as well as the other businesses. So, Scott, thank you so much for being on the show again. What do you think some of the most common mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners make?
I think some of the most difficult things to do is to hire people that are better than you.
Oh, yeah.
So
Honey.
hire people that are better than you,
This
and that
man.
starts at the top.
Yeah.
So I have been very fortunate. I have teams that are epic. They fight the fight, and they believe in what our missions are, and they understand what it takes. Some of the things that I think a lot of entrepreneurs underestimate is capitalization, right? Many people get into business. Many people, in fact, I've bought a number of tanning salons where they've built the stores, they've opened the stores, but they don't have any money for a sign. They don't have any money to market. So I
or
come
for
in
a website or
for a website. So
Yeah.
undercapitalization is
They think it's all going to come because they just keep buying or
Yep.
starting, and then it's like, oh, whoops, I'm out of money. You know, like, I mean, and then they're not even generating the right revenues. Each store is not profitable, right? So, I mean, it depends on where your capital position is.
Right.
If you have tons of money to blow to get it to that profitability stage, right? That's one way of doing it, which most people don't.
exactly.
Except for like an Amazon or something like that. You know, I mean, they
Right.
obviously did that, but you know, or you start a little slower, right? I mean, you don't have to have 82 stores right away if you don't have the funds to be able to do that. So you need to make sure that, like for us, when we build another store or do another business or whatever, we make sure that that's profitable. Go to the next one.
Yep.
That's profitable.
Yep.
everything is about what is the four-wall profitability of anything you're looking at. So what
Yep.
I look at is every single business or every single store has
Location.
to stand on its own.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that is key.
Oh yeah.
Don't build
Yeah.
just to build. Don't hire just to hire.
And
you
I've done
know,
it. I've done
and-
it the other way, and it always fails for
and you
me.
got
I've
to
never
check
had
your ego. You
Yeah,
know,
you do have to
like
check your ego.
Scott, you said, we believe in this as well. Hire somebody that is an expert manager, an expert accountant, you know, all the, and so that you can do what you do best, which is make it rain, right?
Deals.
So, yep.
If
putting
you're
the
a
deals
rainmaker,
together.
if you're a
You are.
rainmaker, don't spend all day entering on QuickBooks.
Yes. Amen
Now-
to that.
Now, with that being said, I think it's very important, and a lot of entrepreneurs overlook the fact that if you're the rainmaker, you still need to know how to operate QuickBooks.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to leave yourself open for
Yes.
Yeah. You
For
know what?
failure,
I always
sabotage.
so the thing is, I have a general overview of almost all parts of my companies, right? And I think you do too. Where not necessarily that you're going to go in there and work every day and do that or do your books if something goes wrong, but you can you can find the right people and like put these people into it and know what you're looking for at least. Like I have technicians in an auto repair shop. I don't know how to fix a car. But I know that if a guy's lying to me, I know how to kind of question a guy and enough to be able to say, okay, he's full of crap basically, or he's actually knowledgeable. So, anyways, I love that. That's great. Let's talk a little bit about Scott's new kind of concept business. That's really cool, and then some of the other stuff he's got going on. So,
You guys, this is awesome. Scott, tell us about Float.
So,
oh no,
Well,
that's fine. I thought,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the new concept one.
you want to talk about Light Spa or
Yeah,
you
I
want to
wanna-
talk about Float?
Well, I like them both. Whatever you want to talk about first.
So I think let's talk really quickly about Light Spa,
Okay.
Seattle Sun Light Spa,
You
and that is
guys,
in Bellevue.
awesome.
So really, what that came down to was we wanted to listen and morph our business to what our clients were asking for. So a lot of non-invasive, things with the
With light therapy.
with light therapy, the light spectrum that can make people look good and feel better.
And
right?
you know what? I got to just plug in. So we had an event that we all went to, and I have been wanting to go to the light spa. And your manager showed me a before and after picture.
Pretty crazy.
And
huh?
OMG, you guys, this is all from light sculpting, light therapy. There's no pain. It's not surgical. You go in, and she literally lost inches and pounds off of her body. It was night and day, you guys. Go to the website. What's the website?
SeattleSunLightSpa.com.
SeattleSunLightSpa.com. You guys, go on there. If you want to lose inches, lose weight, and enjoy the relaxation of the experience of what Scott has created, go there.
And is it's not like cancer causing light, right? Or is it?
No, actually, none of the lights are cancer causing. That is dermatologists trying to scare you, which clearly, Aaron, it's work.
Well, that's why.
You know.
hey, why not? Why not ask you, man?
So I mean, we can go down that rabbit
we don't
hole
have
if you
to.
like.
We don't wanna go down it.
It's great. We need our vitamin D.
Yes, we do.
And, so you only get that from the light. That's UV light. Now we also have non-invasive, non-UV light, red light, blue light. Blue light's amazing for anyone that has children that suffer with acne. Blue light
Yeah.
kills all the bacteria, and so you're not putting your kids on any harmful,
That's great.
drugs
Any
like
drugs,
Retin-A
yep.
or Accutane. So blue light's awesome for that. Red light is awesome for looking younger.
Oh, so
It
like
gets
age,
rid of
age lines.
age spots,
That's
fine
why,
lines,
that's why
wrinkles.
you look so young.
It actually stimulates your natural collagen and elastin. So that is the stuff that tightens up your skin. And yes, some people do ask, do we have full body red light therapy? The answer is yes.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna start going.
And
I'm
I
starting to
know
get some
that
wrinkles.
you can get rid of cellulite, and you have a whole product line, skincare line as well. You guys, this place is phenomenal.
It's called Skin Authority. And Aaron, you know, you're talking about
awesome.
what's going on around your eyes.
Yeah.
We have a product that actually is the natural eye lift. And you
Oh.
put this on, and it's just a lotion. You should go in today at 4 o'clock when you're in the
Please
facility.
get that for us when you go in
The
there.
natural, it's called the eye lift cream, and you put it on in the morning, and it looks like you had like a fresh round of Botox.
Okay.
No more
and
wrinkles.
All right.
We're there.
Okay, so let's talk about Urban Float.
Urban Float, another
What is this? This is
phenomenal.
one of your other
You
businesses.
guys.
So we're
this
just,
is
I mean, this
amazing.
guy has 82,
Yeah.
but he says he might even have 80 stores,
Yeah.
87 stores. So, I mean, now he's got all these Urban Floats on top of it. There's
Yeah,
a
you
whole
guys,
other
this is
chain
a
of
whole
stores.
nother thing. Tell us about
Urban
it.
Float, close your eyes, imagine 200 gallons of water, 1,300 pounds of Epsom salt
Wow.
in a float pod. So this is an experience where you go in by yourself into your own private room.
Mm-hmm.
You shower, you get in, and you float for a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. Some people float for 2 hours. We've had people who want
Wow.
to request to float for 4 hours. This basically gets rid of all sight, all sound, all smell. Your cell phone stops. You have the ability to get into this REM state. You know that feeling where you feel like you're
Yes.
falling off a cliff? That is theta state. Floating can take you into theta state, and there's studies now linked to urbanfloat.com. You can go check out the studies where
That's great.
45 minutes in our float pods is equivalent to 4 to 6 hours of great REM sleep. So this is
Wow.
for recovery. If, you know, when you were younger and your mom used to scoop a couple of scoops of Epsom salt into your bathtub
Yep.
after you played soccer or football, this is 1,300 pounds. You cannot imagine how much salt this is. The water, you basically float in 10 inches of water, and you're floating on top. You're floating on water.
Okay, so you're saying that the REM sleep, right? So if you're floating in there, I mean, won't you sink if you fall asleep?
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible to go under.
It's impossible to go
It's
under.
like almost like a sheet of salt, basically. laying
Yeah,
on
That
and
you're
then
floating
in
on.
a lot of a lot of
Wow.
women love to come in. In fact, if you're pregnant, you can hear your baby's heart rate. You can hear your baby's heart rate.
No.
So,
Oh,
but
honey, maybe
yeah.
we should have number 6.
Come on.
I
I
probably.
mean, 5, 6, it don't matter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't.
No?
I don't even want to
Okay.
hear a heartbeat of a baby that's like takes my head out already.
Yeah.
So, like
But-
that, I would
but-
want to get out.
Yeah, but your body feels, your skin feels amazing. The salt is great.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of us are magnesium deficient, so this enables you to absorb as much magnesium as your body
Through your
needs
skin.
Wow.
through your epidermis, which is your largest organ.
Wow.
Awesome.
I've been wanting to try it for a while. I mean, quite honestly, thank you for coming and talking about it because I was a little scared. You know, I do kind of get a little claustrophobic and, you know, but I have so many friends that have gone through this experience at your places and man, they just love it. It's
You
very
just-
therapeutic.
You just are picking great businesses that a lot of
Oh.
people can utilize.
health and
health and
wellness.
wellness stuff. So
Yeah.
is that your theme kind of like, so let's kind of talk a little more about the business, side of things because, you pick these businesses that seem to be kind of unique. I mean, like the float's unique to me and now the light treatment, that's now
That's
a unique deal.
huge.
So how are you, coming up with what you want to ultimately
Like you didn't want to
What-
do donuts.
Yeah, why you
so-
didn't want to do donuts? So
you
what,
know?
what attracted you to all this stuff, and especially tanning salons? In the beginning.
Well, I mean, I remember as a kid taking a tan, and I always felt great. In fact, I look good and feel great. I need my serotonin boost. I need my vitamin D.
okay,
Urban Float.
things you love.
Yeah, Urban Float. There was a couple of entrepreneurs that walked into my office and said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And I started researching it, and then we opened up Urban Float. In fact, we just opened the largest float center in the United States up on Capitol Hill on 12th and Union.
Wow.
And
Check
we
it
are-
out, you guys. Urban Float, Capitol Hill in Seattle, Washington.
Actively selling franchises. We just sold, we've got 7 going in Houston, 5 in Columbus, 5 in Delaware.
How do people reach you for that? If you wanna go
franchise.urbanfloat.com.
Yeah, you know what? That's great. Well, you know what? Thank you, Scott, for being on the show today. If you want to check out the new Seattle Sunlight Spa, which I recommend in Bellevue, call 425-454-2700. Here at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy, we're not rendering financial or legal advice. We're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money or your business. We're simply telling you what we are doing personally. When we come back, we're going to start our LBO segment. This is where you will get an opportunity to know about how to buy a business, grow your profits, and make it run without you. Make sure you follow the Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on Facebook and Instagram. And also you can listen to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com. And you know what? We are so excited to have Scott this afternoon that we are going to bring him into the next segment. So stay tuned because we are going to have more from Scott on lboradio.com.
Time for a quick break, but we'll have more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show right after this, here on AM 1580. The Answer.